Hey everyone, take a look at the national legends that they added to the game ages ago. I've been putting off reviewing it for ages, probably just because there's so many in there. It's going to take so long, but we're going to do it now. I'm doing it live on stream, so we're going to have some chat participation for each of their players. As always, I will, of course, put timestamps in the description. So if you want to hear about a particular player, just click on the description. There'll be links that take you straight to them. So yeah, we're going to run through, have a quick look at all of them, do a quick build on eFootball Hub, and just see if we can help you make your decision about who to use your thingy bob on, your selection contract, if you've not already decided, because a few people have been asking about it. There's a few people looking to use theirs soon. There's a couple of months left, so you've got a little while, but not too long. So yeah, let's jump in and have a look. We've got 16 in here. I'm going to do them by position, as I usually do. Mostly attacking players, which was a little bit annoying for me. I always like a bit more variety, but yeah, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikers, 9 strikers, and then 3 wingers or attacking midfielders, centre mid, 2 centre backs. A little bit imbalanced, no goalies, no fullbacks, although you can train Park to be a fullback if you want to. But yeah, we'll start with the defenders and move forward. So we've basically got 2 centre backs. So if you're looking at centre backs, we'll start on these 2 dudes first. We'll start with Rafael Márquez. So one thing that people might be considering when they're choosing who to pick up, you might be looking at league challenges. There aren't many you can use in league challenges. This guy you can use in the Italian League Challenge as you can with Benatia. So you've got basically 2 Italian League centre-back options, and you've got 1 build-up, one destroyer. This is your build-up. This is Rafael Márquez. Slightly strange they didn't do a Barcelona version, because there's no Spanish League options in this pack, I don't think. You think they'd have given us at least 1 option for the Spanish League, for a Spanish League option. But yeah, it's a Verona version. I didn't even realise he played for Verona, but yeah. You've got Rafael Márquez, who can be used in the Italian League Challenge as a build-up. His stupid fake booster is some of his defensive stats on low pass, which is rebuilding, whatever. But yeah, you've got Unraven Form. Again, they're all these permanent B. Unraven Form and permanent B is not actually that great. It doesn't make a lot of difference. It just means they're going to get slightly less blue arrows. I think that's pretty much proven, isn't it? I think the best, if you've got a player with permanent B, I think inconsistent is probably the best, because they get the most blue arrows. But yeah, it's not going to make a lot of difference. You've got permanent form with all these guys. And then showtime skill, that's one important thing with all these guys. They've all got a showtime skill. Márquez has a long reach tackle. The guy is not the tallest, and as we'll check on the hub in a second, but he's not going to have the longest legs if he's not that tall. So a long reach tackle probably does make a bit of a difference. He's quite a helpful one. And in terms of the rest of his skills, we got heading, but we don't have aerial superiority. That's a big miss on a centre back, especially when he's not very tall. He's only 6 foot, so skill wise you're going to need to give him 1 or 2. I think most people, if they pick one of his legends up, will at least be willing to consider putting skills on them, because they're going to be it's a significant kind of signing, I guess. So yeah, aerial superiority I think is #1 for this guy. But then in terms of the rest of the defensive skills that he needs, man marking, interception, blocker, sliding, acrobatic clearance, the only other one he really needs. So aerial superiority, acrobatic clearance. Apart from that, defensively he's sorted, and then he's also got 1-touch pass and weighted pass. So yeah, that's pretty much the deal in terms of his overall profile. But let's go train him up on the hub, and we'll see how good he actually is. And as you can imagine, he is pretty decent. There you go. So yeah, first things first, the defensive stats, excellent. But he's not that amazing down the right. For a centre back who's not that tall, jumping 84, physical contact 84. Okay, so a bit of an issue there. But as you can see from the build, they've gone pretty deep on defending. They've only gone to 8 on aerial, so it's pretty easy to just take a bunch of defending, beef the aerials up a little bit. You could just do that, and maybe use your second boost to start to give him, I don't know, physicality or aerial, something like that. If you really want to hit that 90 mark, you could do that. You've got a solid centre back. Even without the boost, I think you can get away with those physical stats. But yeah, you're really going to need to get this aerial superiority, because that vertical reach 272.6 there, that's beefing up his aerial, the aerial stats as well. So yeah, there is a concern over his aerial ability. Leg coverage, like I say, it's not terrible, but for a centre back, but certainly top centre backs, people are looking for a 180 something. So that long reach tackle skill, which you can't see on the hub, but he does have it. We just saw it in game. The long reach tackle skill will help a lot. But yeah, in terms of the skills, the pace isn't amazing. It's all right. It's not going to be a problem, but he's not going to be rapid. I think some people might kind of go easy on the aerial, maybe give him a bit more speed, even a bit more acceleration, get with the 80 acceleration. But no harm in just sticking with something like the auto allocation, making him a beast defensively. Depends what way you want to play it. 2 points left, you can put him where you want. I mean, you could beef him up a bit on the ball. They get him over 70 ball control. It's a solid build-up. One thing we're going to find, you're going to see with all these players, none of these cards are amazing. None of them are top level. Obviously, they're not going to put cards in a pack like this and make them available for all free-to-play players if they're on the same level as the real paid cards in the 150 player packs. So yeah, none of these are going to be amazing, and this isn't an amazing centre back, but it's a solid one. He can definitely do a job for you. I don't think there's a lot that you need to do really with the build. It's just that aerial and physical side where you might want to compensate, but it's one of those ones where you either compensate and try and kind of make him strong enough in every area, or you accept what he's great at and just accept that he's not going to be the strongest area and physically, and just kind of focus on the defensive side of it. But he's very usable, solid. The showtime skill is a good one. Yeah, the height really is the one concern with Márquez. You could make him a DMF, but I don't think he looks that great personally. I mean, for auto allocation DMF there, that looks wild to me. They just basically made him a centre back, but not quite as strong. I'll take a bunch off defending there, and I'll make him capable of passing the ball, because for some people you need to be able to pass the ball in midfield. But yeah, as you can see, when you do that, you're immediately lacking elsewhere. I don't think you can make him that great as a DMF. If you really don't mind their stats down left being rubbish, then okay, fair enough. You could maybe just do something. I don't know. You could do a job DMF, but I don't think it'd be great there. You need a few skills through passing, one or two others. But yeah, certainly I don't think sentiment's even worth looking at. You know, auto allocation will tell you horrible on the ball. Yeah, he's definitely a centre back. Could you make him a full back? Maybe. He's right footed. What about right back? Again, is it worth doing that? I mean, it's not really, is it? Let's be honest. Is it a very defensive fullback? I don't think it's worth the position trainers. Yeah, this guy is definitely a centre back. So yeah, I think the big negative with Márquez, he's short, and you'd need to shuffle the points around, not just for the aerial ability, but the physical ability. But certainly defensively is great, and even if you shuffle a few points around, it will still be. I mean, look at that 101 defensive engagement on auto. That's crazy. So yeah, there's a lot of quality there in the tackle and so on, with long reach tackle especially. You'll be very good. It's just that aerial and physical side of things, it could be a concern. But for the Italian League challenge, for a build-up centre back, for a kind of not free as such, but you know, for an attainable, accessible centre back, he could well be a tidy option for you. What is the chat saying? We've got chat input today. Track back for aggressiveness. You don't need on a defender. On Kanu, so we'll get to Kanu. Big fan of him. Centre back and seed defensive midfielder. Can be effective with skills more than centre back. I don't think he's anywhere near good enough on the ball personally. Love your videos. Thanks. I'm just doing a review of these legends at the moment. Free Hazard level, at worst free Safi level. 80 passing, 7 in passing. Oof. Yeah. If you need a centre back, he's okay. Not good, not bad. Yeah. Maybe he's next to a tall destroyer. Yeah. The height, the kind of aerial and physical strength is the issue really. So yeah, like Mars is saying, he'll get dunked on by players like Onuachu. So yeah, if your opponent's got big tall strikers, they're putting crosses in, he'll be an issue. Outside of that though, defensively he does look good. He could definitely do a job, and if you need a centre back for your Italian League squad with Pelham and B form, you could do a lot worse. He does look solid. So yeah, let's move on from him to the next centre back, who is Medhi Benatia. So this guy used to be the best gold ball in the game back in the PES days. I remember out of all the gold balls, he was quality for a free centre back. You couldn't do much better. So there's your face scan. So yeah, Márquez is a build up. Benatia is a destroyer. Both Italian League options. Both pretty solid looking centre backs. The fake stupid gimmick boost thing is physicality or aerial. What is that? Physicality. There you go. So yeah, ignore the green dots. Those are his stats. It's not a booster. It's nonsense. Skill wise, we've got aerial 4 and Benatia. So one thing I'll say, I'll mention it again when I summarise at the end, but when you look at the showtime skills on the two centre backs, with Benatia you've got a big, tall, physical dude. We'll see the stats on the hub in a minute. In fact, I'll get over to the hub straight away. So you basically got a complete set of defensive skills here. Heading and aerial, man zone, blocker style. Yeah, you've got everything defensively basically. Nothing for passing or anything else. He's just a defender, straight up destroyer. But yeah, in terms of aerial 4 as a skill, I'll get over to the hub and we'll train him up. Just one moment. Where is the hub? There is the hub. So yeah, in terms of the skill he's been given, as you can see from the stats, he's a big, tall dude. He's really physically strong. You can see all the stats, can't you? Just about, yeah. Yeah, really physically strong. He'll be good in the air. That vertical reach 281 is good. Defensively really strong. He's just a big physical thug. Of all the skills to give him, Showtime skills, aerial fort, I don't think he really needs it. I mean, if you really want to kind of, you know, what's the word? Like, make the most of what he's best at, make him even better in the air, just as a real big thug who's going to be great at defending against cross spams and so on. Yeah, and so on. Yeah, fair enough. But like, in terms of the skills that he'll really benefit from, I don't think aerial fort's really the one for me. Whereas you look at Márquez, he's a bit short and his legs aren't the longest. You know, you look at Benatia, his legs are 184.5. That's solid. I just feel like long reach tackle on Márquez benefits him, kind of improves him a bit, and makes up a bit for one weakness he's got. Whereas with Benatia, aerial fort, I don't know how much difference that really makes to him, but either way, as you can see there, you've got a solid centre back. The problem with this guy really is one is what you expect from a big physical destroyer, is the fact that he's obviously going to be horrible on the ball, and he is horrible on the ball. Those stats on the ball are miles off Márquez. Big difference. That's one thing I say with both these centre backs. They fit the playing styles pretty well. Márquez has the profile of a build up. Benatia definitely has the profile of a destroyer, because defensively and physically beast. When you get him on the ball, horrible. So that is a weakness with this guy, and he's also not the quickest. There's a bit of a lack of pace there, but we can probably give him a bit more pace. He nudged just a little bit off his defending there. You could take a bunch off his physical there. I'll be tempted just to do that, to be honest. Easy peasy. You're never going to make him rapid. I mean, could you make him rapid? How rapid can you make him? Let's just see. If you go for about 90 up for the as a kind of threshold there, I mean, you can get his speed and acceleration both 80 plus. You can go one more on defending there. That could be that might be a decent way to do it. Pace is quite important in centre backs these days. I've not been playing online lately, but when I've played it in the last few months, people are spamming a lot of through balls. So yeah, might be worth doing that. But if you don't do that, you just if we go into auto allocation there. Whoops, what have I done there? There, yeah, not the quickest, but you see all those defensive physical stats, really strong. So yeah, just a really solid, big, strong destroyer centre back. Really, there's nothing really out of the ordinary there. And like I say, the weakness is really that he's a bit on the slow side and he's horrible on the ball. That's really the gist of it. But you can beef his pace up a bit without sacrificing too much on the defensive side. I don't think there's a great deal more to be said on him. So I think I'll turn it on to you guys and see what you're saying about him. You wanted him, looks really good. Yeah, solid. Sort of similar to the epic Tony Adams, you think? Looking at the stats, I would say Adams probably feels a little bit smoother on the ball. This guy a bit more of a thug. But yeah, sorry, similar kind of level, I guess. I think really with these two centre-backs, it's just a question of what kind of centre-back do you want, you know? Yeah, like I say, if you want a destroyer, Benatia is just a solid destroyer. There's nothing really, you know, everything kind of fits the mould of a destroyer. You just might need to shove some points onto his pace. Whereas with Márquez, he's a bit short, but he fits the build-up playing style pretty well. Apart from that, you know, they're both for the Italian League Challenge, both for similar level overall. So yeah, a solid destroyer centre-back. Like I say, big physical thug. Just might need to beef his pace up a bit, and he won't be great on the ball. But outside of that, no real weakness, just a solid destroyer. If you want to destroy a centre-back, no one else appeals to you. Yeah, you could do a lot worse than this guy. Right, let's crack on. There's a lot of people to review. Park. Let's have a look at Park. So, face scan, obviously. Lovely pink kit. The South Korea playing pink? Thought they played in dark red. So English League Challenge option, and one thing you've got to say with just about any Park guard, he's a little bit versatile. He can play everywhere, just about. You might have to position training for some of those positions, but yeah, you got a card you could use potentially in a whole load of positions there. Unwavering form, but again, it doesn't make much difference. And his showtime skill is visionary pass. I feel like visionary pass doesn't get a lot of love. I hear people quite often saying visionary pass is one of the less appealing skills, but I disagree. I think it's a really neat one, and especially if you play manual, because for me, playing manual, skills like phenomenal pass and phenomenal finishing, they don't make much difference. You know, they might make some difference, but like if I'm playing manual, I'm aiming my passes and shots. I don't really need that much help aiming them, right? Whereas visionary pass doesn't, if you don't know what it doesn't impact the pass itself. Or what visionary pass does is that whoever you pass the ball to, it increases their ball control when they receive it. So like their first touch will be better. So that one for me, when I play manual, will actually make a difference. So and in general, I think that's a pretty handy one to have. You know, especially you play a pass into one of your attackers, and you're better able to control the ball when you're about to get a shot away. I think that makes a real difference. I think it's one of the better showtime skills personally, but that's just me. But yeah, in terms of the skills, you've got a pretty good collection here. A couple of shooting skills, some passing, crossing, visionary, of course, and then you've got interception, capacity, fighting spirit. So if you're going to use Park in a defensive position, you will need 1-2 more defensive skills. But yeah, going forward, you've got a whole bunch of end product there. No skill moves for the dribblers. So if you want to do a lot of dribbling, you play them on the wing, you might want to give them, you know, Marseille turn, double touch, whatever skills you like doing. But yeah, loads of positions, good set of skills. He's a box to box, and his stupid fake gimmick booster is attacking awareness, defensive awareness, acceleration, stamina. Something to do with counter attacking or balancer. Balancer, yeah. Didn't they put it on Joe Linton? Yeah. So yeah, anyways, shall we train him up? Let's train him up. I'll have to just quickly type him in on the hub. I was going to put one in tabs, but 16 tabs would probably crash my computer, so I'll just have to type him in each time we come to someone. Which one is it? That one. Right. Parky, park. There you are. Let's train the park, shall we? So yeah, Park looks a little bit meh to me, certainly at first. I mean, this is, he's down as a left midfielder, so this is with him built as a left midfielder. I've got to say, that doesn't look great to me. The pace is all right. He's not brilliant on the ball. The low and lofty passes are pretty decent for a wide man. Attacking awareness is decent. Finishing, meh. He's got a bit of defensive ability for a winger. That's not too important. Physical strength is all right for a winger. Balance is not great. Stamina's outstanding. Yeah. Can he do a job on the wing? Yeah. Is he going to be great on the wing? No. There's not many points to shuffle around. I mean, if you want to improve him in any area, where are you going to get the points from? Maybe it's take a bit of passing. And then what? You make him a bit better on the ball, maybe? Is that it? You could maybe do that and stick a booster on to boost his speed up. Does that get his speed up? Front assist there. What have we got? Ball carrying. There you go. Maybe do that. It could make him decent as a winger, but he doesn't look that amazing to me. Just kind of all right. But you do have a lot of positions. I'll run through the positions and I'll do auto allocate for each of them and maybe tweak the build. So centre mid, again, looks all right. Does he look amazing? I'll turn that second booster off. Does he look amazing as a centre mid? Not really. Defensively, he's not got a great deal there. Could do with a bit more physical contact and balance really in the middle of the park. Yeah, again, you could do a job, some decent stats. I don't think there's a great deal you can do with the build, because where are you going to find the points to kind of beef up the areas where he's a bit weak? There's not really much of an access anywhere. So yeah, as a centre mid, could be alright as an all-rounder. Not looking too strong defensively though. Attacking mid, I mean, I'll do that manually. Take the points off defending. That's about it. What you're left with. Not a great deal really. Yeah, again, attacking mid, could he do a job? Yeah. Would he be amazing? No. He does look alright, to be fair. The shooting won't be great. Passing alright. On the ball, okay. Attack awareness is decent. Pace is alright for an attacking mid. Yeah, balance a bit iffy. He could do a job attacking mid, could be alright. This is fully boosted, remember though. SS similar, you'd probably want a bit more finishing, but then you'd have to lose a bit from elsewhere. Maybe from passing, nudge that down a bit. So yeah, I mean, again, SS could do a job, not amazing. So yeah, those attacking positions, you've got a bunch of attacking positions where he could be alright, but none of those positions, he doesn't look really great in any of those positions. We get to the defensive positions. DMF, I'm going to auto allocate that one. So DMF, if you don't mind some of these stats down the left, the on the ball ones being a bit on the low side, you can make him reasonable defensively. Down the right, you do need more physical strength as a DMF, and again, the balance isn't great. I think that's a bit harsh on Park. Stamina's the one thing he's always got loads of, obviously, because it's Park. But yeah, in some kind of double pivot, I wouldn't trust this guy as a lone DMF. You'd need someone alongside him. You need him in some kind of 2 or 3 man centre midfield with other midfielders taking on a lot of the defensive responsibility. But yeah, in some kind of midfield setup as a DMF could do a job, but again, doesn't look amazing. And that just leaves fullback. If we auto allocate right back, as you see, he does actually look alright as a fullback. Again, not amazing, but I think fullback is potentially the best position for this guy actually. You need to give him 1 or 2 defensive skills, maybe shuffle a few points around, but he does look handy there. He'd very much be an attacking fullback again. As I always say, I have tested out fullbacks without an active playing style. They literally just play like attacking fullbacks. I think that's what he would be. You'd like to nudge that tackling up a little bit, but that's easy enough done. You could just use a booster for that. What have we got for that? Can we do tackling and acceleration? That'd be nice. Defending. Is that just boosted? Oh, it has. There you go. bosh, defending. Give him defending. Yeah, I think as an attacking fullback, it looks alright. I think it's one of these cards. It's a classic, useful card. I don't think it's a card that anyone's going to look at me. Oh, it's an amazing right back. It's an amazing left wing. And it's an amazing attacking mid. But it's a really useful card for the fact that you can use him in so many positions. So just if you pick this guy up, he's probably going to be in your squad for the English League Challenge every single time. And then anytime you need an option when you've not got anyone in form, left back, right wing, attacking mid, whatever, he's going to give you an option. He might not be amazing in any position, but he could be pretty solid in a lot of them. And in skill wise, if you gave him man marking and blocker, and then you've got 3 skill slots left after that, and he's pretty much covered for every position. So yeah, is this an amazing card in any position? No, but is it a really handy card for the fact that he can do a job for you in just about every position? Near enough, except for striker and centre back. Yeah, very handy. So yeah, it's not one to get excited about, but if there's no one in this pack that's really grabbing you, there's no one you're looking at thinking, oh, he'd be amazing, you're not really sure who to pick up for an English League challenge option, this guy could actually be a really, really useful card to have in your ranks. So yeah, not exciting, but could be useful. Those are my thoughts. What's the chat saying about Park? Jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah, exactly. Player ID, don't know. I've had a couple of Parks in the past, but not for a while. He's just always been solid. Just crazy stamina, does the job. Good for 4-4-2 in the wing. Yeah, could be. Well-rounded. Yeah. Base stats are interesting. Build him to be better on the ball or better defense. Yeah. He's just one of those ones. You can make him better in this area or that area, but he's always going to be a bit lacking in one area, or he's just not going to be that amazing overall. Got his menu version, it's good, cool. His strength will be versatility, yeah, exactly, right. Yeah, that's the thing. He gives you options. You got a whole load of options in one card. So yeah, is it an amazing card? Is it an exciting card? No, but if no one's really, if none of the other cards look like that to you, there's no one in the card in this pack that's you're really thinking would be a big improvement in any particular position, then just as a useful option for league challenges, and in general, it could be a very handy card. You could get some value just for the versatility with this guy. Right, thank you, Mr. Park. Now on to Mr. Nashat Akram, who I'm not familiar with personally. I got a vague recollection of signing him once on a free transfer in Football Manager, and he was rubbish. But anyways, you've got him in eFootball now. So you've got face scan. He's a box-to-box centre midfield. No league challenge at all on this guy, unfortunately. So yeah, you're looking at divisions or maybe your Iraq squad. That's Iraq, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe you could play him with your Hussein Ali nominating contract card, that tiny fella from a year ago. Stupid gimmicky fake booster gives us, that's bouncer again, isn't it? There we go. And showtime skill is long reach tackle. Interesting. Okay, so we got double touch and Marseille turn, couple of shooting skills, one touch through, weighted, low lofted, a bit of everything with the skills. For a centre mid, I would like fighting spirit in there. If you're going to make him a DMF, I'm not sure I'm going to be a DMF, but if you were going to make him a DMF, then maybe he's man mark and block as well. But yeah, skill wise, fighting spirit would be my #1 addition there. Beyond that, depends where you're going to use him really, but I will type his name into eFootball Hub and then we'll have a look at him. If I can click the right thing. Akram, where are you? You're right there. There he is. Right. Let's train up Mr. Akram. How good is he? Again, all right. Nice passing. Not amazing on the ball. Defensively, all right for centre mid. Again, you know, I mean, the physical contact, I'd like to be a bit higher on the box-to-box centre mid. Balance, I'd like to be a bit higher. Fantastic stamina. Attacking and defensive awareness, both 80+. Don't always see that. I think we just saw that apart, didn't we? So yeah, looks all right as an all-rounder. Does he look like an exciting card? No, but you could certainly do worse. Can we shuffle a few points around? But what I would like to do in this guy is give him a bit more strength and balance. You've got to be a bit stronger in the challenge, whether you're the one challenging someone else for the ball or they're challenging you for the ball. We can nick a bit of passing there. You do have boosters, remember, you can nick a bit more if whatever mark you're going for. If you go for about 90 on low pass like I tend to, you could go to 89 and give him a booster that gives him passing. Like, oh no, I guess passing itself would do that. But I'll do it without the booster for now. I always say with boosters, you're likely to get one a good one the way they work these days. So just do a few randoms till you get one that helps. But you can do that, and then speed's not the most important thing centre mid, as long as you've got good enough stamina. I'm going to go right down to 4 on low body for now, and I'm going to get his physical contact up to 80, his balance up to 80. 3 points left. Give him a bit more low body back, and then 1 point, stick it on shooting. I would do that. That looks like a solid centre mid to me. Does it look like an amazing card that I'd rush to spend coins on? No. But can he do a job for you? Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, not amazing. There's no lead change for him. So yeah, is he going to get into your main squad? I don't know. For me, not so much. But I don't see any real major weakness there. It looks like a solid all-rounder, to be honest. Could do a job for you. Could you make him an attacking mid? Let's just rule out defensive mid first, because I don't know. Maybe it'd be alright as a defensive mid. Let's have a look. So fully boosted defensive mid. You could do worse. You could do worse again, though. Like with Park, you need a bit more physical strength. What can we do? If we just sacrifice 1 on defending, it went to 13 defending. That's 4 points we can nick straight away. You can nudge him straight away to 80 physical conduct there. Tiny bit better on the ball. Could just do that, to be honest. You could do worse. Again, I wouldn't trust him as a lone DMF. You would need to give him 1 or 2 defensive skills. He's got a long reach tackle, remember. That's a handy one in the middle of the park. Yeah, depending on your midfield setup, again, like I say, I wouldn't trust him as a lone DMF, but double pivot, 3-man centre midfield, something like that. If he's sharing the defensive responsibility, could be handy. He's not too comfortable on the ball, but he's still going to have decent passing. He's got the passing skills down there. Certainly can put his foot in and win the ball back for you, even if he's not the strongest physically. Good stamina. Yeah, he could do a job as a DMF. You've got that option. And if he went further forward as an attacking mid, I'm not going to trust auto allocation as attacking mid because I don't like the way they build attacking mids. They seem to go more on the ball than passing, which to me is crazy for attacking mid, but I don't know, whatever, I guess. But yeah, let's see how good can you make him as an attacking mid. Okay, he's starting to look a lot more decent. I might do a second booster build here just to free up a few more points. Hang on. You need a bit more shooting as well. He's not going to be the quickest. Yeah, what would I do here? What would I do here? Maybe it's that. It could be tidy as an attacking mid. Again, like Park looked like he could do a decent job attacking mid. I think this Akram fella could as well. It looks like he could be right there. I think most likely booster-wise, if you're going to choose a second booster, I think technique would be my choice because he's not brilliant on the ball. Technique, you got all 3 of the on-the-ball ones and also low pass. That could be a handy one to give him. But yeah, with or without that booster, would he be an amazing attacking mid? No, but could he do a job for you? Certainly. For shooting won't be amazing, but he's got a couple of shooting skills. He's got the passing skills with the bonus of a little bit of defensive ability and long reach tackle high up the pitch. Maybe if you gave him trap back as well as an attacking mid, could be an interesting option there. So yeah, there could be an option for you. And I'll just do a quick sneaky crossband build in case you want to make him a wide midfielder because I know you're all desperate for me to make Nashat Akram a cross-spammer. Don't think this is going to go very well. More speed. It's not going to go very well, is it? Yeah. Not sure you can make him a lot better than that as a winger. Does that look like someone you want to use loads of skill trainers on to make him a position trainer? Sorry, to make him a winger. Probably not. But you could do that if you wanted. But yeah, I'll leave my centre mid auto allocation there while you guys let me know your thoughts. But yeah, to me, just as a solid midfield option, an all-rounder in the middle of the park, potentially some kind of DMF position trained him and skill trained him, or maybe he's an attack midfielder. Could be handy. You could certainly do a lot worse, and long reach tackles a pretty good skill to have, an interesting one in the middle of the park. But yeah, no lead challenge to use him for, and I'm not sure he's quite good enough to get in most people's squads for divisions and so on. But yeah, looks solid enough. Could do a lot worse. What are you lot thinking on this guy? Fun fact, he played for 10 clubs. I did not know that. Knowledge from Amir. His strength will be versatility if you need to. Oh, you're talking about Park still. Solid second midfielder and a pivot, yeah. Won the Dutch league with Twente, nice. Yeah, solid all rounder. If you really need a midfield option, if that's where you're lacking, legend cards, players of permanent form, then he could be a good option for you. There's a few ways you could use him. Not an exciting one though. Lack of a lead challenge. So pros and cons, but certainly a solid card. You could do worse than him. Right, next up we've got another midfielder, haven't we? Ahmed Hassan. Cool. So this guy has a club affiliation, but no league challenge. It's Anderlecht. So yeah, there's no Belgian league challenge, unfortunately. There's a face scan, obviously. Where's my controller gone? So yeah, we've got a creative playmaker, attacking midfield, only one fully proficient position, but you've got a few more you could position training for. Unwavering form, again, doesn't make much difference in permanent B. And then stupid gimmick fake booster just means you get some green dots here, and here, but those are his stats. And his showtime skill is, I was going to guess it's phenomenal pass. Yeah, phenomenal pass. So soul control, bunch of shooting skills and passing skills, long throw, excellent. Track back, captaincy. So yeah, for an attacking mid, pretty good set of skills there. Phenomenal pass, a very good one to have for an attack midfielder, especially a playmaker. Let's train him, shall we? Right, Ahmed Hassan, let me just type your name into the hub, mister. And then I will train you. There's actually another Ahmed Hassan who was a striker, a target man. He was a handy 3-star striker on was it 3-star or was he 2-star on pairs back in the day? Anyway, this is a different Ahmed Hassan. And this one is an attacking midfielder who is, again, kind of decent, but not amazing. So, yeah, like I just mentioned, auto allocation on attacking midfielders, they go ham on dribbling, and they kind of make passing a second priority, which to me doesn't make sense. I think passing is at least as important. If he's not going to be an amazing dribbler, I'd be inclined to just dip down, maybe just leave his ball control and type possession about 90, and to get his passing up to 90. His finishing's at 80. Yeah, I'll be tempted to do that. And then what would you beef up a bit? The speed, get more kicking power behind his shots, or would you give me a bit more dexterity? He's already got decent attacking awareness, but could get a bit more balance on him. We'll give him a bit more curl, a bit more kicking power, and then even more in his shooting, I guess. Something like that. Yeah, he's not rapid, but he's not slow for an attacking mid. Balance isn't the best. He's got a bit of physical strength there though. Stamina's decent for an attacking mid. Some 90 plus technicals down the left. Good attacking awareness for an attacking mid. Finishing's alright. He's got a few shooting skills down there. Could do worse than this guy. I think he looks so far one of the better ones, but they're all around the same level. I mean, you look at their overall rating, they're all the same. They're all 82, aren't they, at level 1? So yeah, you're not going to get a lot of difference between them, but he's certainly handy. But again, there's the lack of lead showing. So is this guy going to get into your main squad? Maybe for some people. Just depends, you know. I mean, after a couple of years on the game, I had quite a few decent options in my strongest squad, but there were 1 or 2 positions where I didn't have a lot, and I could have really done with a legend. So if you could really do with a legend in the attacking midfield position, you could do worse. He does the candy enough. Not amazing. Again, none of these cards are amazing, but yeah, you can easily get a bunch of the most important stats to around 90 or so, and the rest of those ones down the left 80 plus, and the athletic ones not looking amazing, but certainly could be worse there. So yeah, you could do worse. Phenomenal passing. He's certainly got some end product, decent set of skills for an attacking mid. I don't think you're going to make him a centre mid. Is he going to be a good all-rounder? Not really. He's not going to be strong defensively, is he? Are you going to give him enough pace to make him a wide midfielder? Probably not. Let's have a look though. Let's just do a quick wide man build, cross man build, perhaps. Anyone? I mean, you can give him a bit more pace, can't you? But yeah, is that looking like a great winger to you that would be worth using about 17,000 position trains on to get him right mid or left mid? Probably not. He could do worse, but yeah, I think he's definitely best in his one position he's already fully proficient in. Whether you leave him like that, which I don't think is the most efficient way to do it, I think it'd be more effective way to do it would be to give him a bit more passing, beef up his end product a little bit. But you could do worse. I think that's a solid attacking midfielder. I couldn't say a great deal more than that. What are you lot saying? Long throw on attack midfielder is unique. Yeah, not the most useful one, is it? Hassan looks okay, but my Iniesta is better. Yeah, anyone who's got that free Iniesta card, I still use him sometimes. He's great. If you've got that card, you don't really need this one. At least if you use Iniesta as your attacking mid. Great in the number 10 role. Yeah, he looks very usable as a number 10. Yeah. Yeah, I think that covers it. Another one who's just kind of not amazing but looks pretty solid and is very much just one position to use him in, attacking midfield, and I think he could do a job there. Playmaker, phenomenal pass. Yeah, could do worse. Who is next? Oh yeah, Denílson, my boy. Right, anytime they put Denílson in one of these legend packs where it's a selection contract or a pack that you spin or whatever, and Denílson's in there, you get all these people on Twitter and everywhere else saying, oh, Denílson's in there again, he's the worst pick in the pack, I hope I don't get Denílson, blah, 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 blah. Shut up, he's amazing. Stop slandering my boy. Denílson is one of the most fun players in the entire game. I love him. You're all wrong. Anyone who slanders this guy, they're wrong. Don't listen to them. Unfollow them. He is amazing. So yeah, Denílson, again, unwavering form. Unwavering form on Denílson? It doesn't matter because he's in B form. Prolific winger. You can play him down the left wing. Technique booster, I know that one. I was talking about that just now. A few stats are looking iffy, like the attacking awareness. Maybe his end product, we'll get to that. Showtime skill. Edge crossing. I don't think I remember Denílson doing a lot of crossing at all, but I guess edge crossing might make him a more fun card. But yeah, you know the deal with Denílson. Loads of dribbly stuff. He's going to be great on the ball. He's a super sub, apparently. This might be when he's first coming through. I guess he started off coming off the bench quite often. But yeah, you got pinpoint crossing and edge crossing. He doesn't normally have any end product amongst his skills. So yeah, he's going to be better at crossing than he normally is, it looks like. And he's a super sub as well. Could be a fun super sub. But let's go over to the hub and let's train him up and see how good he is, shall we? I think that is a really good idea. If I can type his name in. Which card am I looking at? Is it that one? It's that one. Yeah, it's that one. Is it that one? Yeah, it is. That one. There we go. Right. And he is the best card ever, like I said. Anyone who says he's bad is wrong. There you go. That's your review. No, Denílson's great fun, but the end product's the issue. One thing with this card is you've only got to 4 on passing, and his low and lofted pass are actually reasonable. I got the first paid Denílson card. I just spin like a million times to get him. Thanks, Konami. Not the only time that's happened, is it? But it was worth it. But yeah, mine, I had to put quite a lot more points up. Went up to like 9 or 10 on passing, I think, to get his lofted pass up to 80. I think his low pass 76, something like that. And his passing and crossing is okay for me with one touch through and pinpoint crossing skills added. But this one, he's already got a bit more on his end product, so you don't have to sacrifice as much elsewhere. So yeah, he's looking all right. You know, the shooting won't be great. One thing a lot of people say with this guy, a left footer on the left, is that, you know, I would say most people in the player base, or a lot of people in the player base, prefer inverted wingers. But as I've done with mine on my Brazil account, and as I've said before, position training for SS, make him a wide right SS, and you've got a glorious left-footed right winger. You're welcome. You can thank me later. But yeah, as a left winger, do you need to do much? No. You could beef up his end product a bit, but like I say, is it worth the beefing up his shooting as a left footer on the left? Yeah, maybe. I mean, has he got outside? Yeah, he's got outside curler. He does do outside curlers quite a bit in my experience. Nick a bit off the ball there. Let's try and get him up to 80 shooting, shall we? Oh, we're close already. That was easy enough. There you go. I mean, if that, I mean, how is that not a good card? He's great. Like I've said a million times, he's great on the ball. He's got all the skills. He's a box of tricks. Super fun dribbler, rapid, balanced, great on the ball. We've actually taken a bunch of points away from all those areas, and we've got his low lofted and finishing all to 80 plus. He's still got 80 attacking awareness. He's going to be really handy. If you like spamming crosses and you want a left wing option, could be really fun. His crossing won't be amazing. He does have pinpoint crossing and edge crossing, but the lofted only 82 there. I'll do a build now, just now actually. We'll see if we can make him good at crossing, because as he is there, lofted pass 82, not much curl, decent kicking power, although his kicking power doesn't contribute to crossing apparently. I was watching that. I don't know if anyone's seen that video. I think Mars put it in the, or was it Hellas put it in the Discord. eFootball Lab, was it? Has done a video on passing and crossing, a really in-depth video. It's really good to watch. But yeah, kicking power just doesn't affect passing or crossing apparently. Even though the crossing booster, oh, it doesn't include kicking power, does it? Oh, okay, I thought it did. Anyway, so yeah, kicking power irrelevant really for crossing, but yeah, 82 lofted, 73 curl, even with pinpoint crossing and edge crossing, his crossing won't be great. So let's do another build where we beef up his crossing. So we don't need the shooting so much. Yes, we've lost a bit of curl, but we've got to get that lofted pass up a bit. You can get it, I mean, you can get into +3 territory. You can get up to 87 fully boosted. That is decent. I mean, I personally, I'll just do that. I think you'd be fine. Yeah, if you're spamming crosses, you want an option on the left wing, permanent B form. Very handy, fantastic on the ball, and he can cross it a lot better than most Denílson cards can. And he's got edge crossing, which is a really fun skill, and it can be very effective. So yeah, as a lefty on the left, could be really nice. Like I say, a lot of people trash this guy. I don't know why. Maybe they've never used him. Maybe they just got some personal beef with him. I think he's fantastic. He's one of the most fun cards in the game. So yeah, as a left winger, a few ways you could do it. Great fun. But like I say, you can train him other positions. You can make him a centre forward if you want it, but I don't know if you can get the awareness and finishing high enough. Yeah, you clearly can't. Forget about that. But as I mentioned, you can make him an SS, and if you make him an SS, you can put him behind the attack. I don't know if you make the passing good enough really to make him an SS, can you? Yeah, kind of borderline. Borderline. Do you want to make Denílson an SS just behind the attack? Make him a playmaker, give him one-touch passing, through passing. I can see some people doing that. Be great on the ball. Be careful with the passing though. The passing won't be great. Yeah, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Could do again that shooting up the day mark, couldn't you? Yeah, possibly as an SS through the center. But like I said a couple of minutes ago, if you want a left foot on the right wing, you can do that as an SS. You can make him an SS wide right, and if you did that, and if you just went back to the auto location, or just did similar to what I did. I mean, I got that shooting up to 80, didn't I? I think that's what I'd pretty much do if you're going to play him as a left foot on the right hand side. Where were we? One off there. Another one off there. That's exactly what I did, isn't it? Yeah. This guy, wide right as an SS, cutting onto his left foot. You give him long range curler. I mean, there's a bunch of skills. You can give him one touch and through. You can give him, maybe his fighting spirit would help. I think I give him mine fighting spirit on my Brazil account. Certainly long range curler though. Maybe his long range shooting. He could be menacing off the right wing. Mine's so much fun. I've used him on the right, on the left. I've used him through the middle as well. Lovely on the ball. Yeah, if you don't want a left foot on the left, you can put him on the right. You just have to make him a wide right SS for that and add the playing style, and it's worked fine for me. So it might work for you. So yeah, really fun card. A lot of people trash him. Not everyone's going to love him, but if you're just going off what other people have said, you hear people trashing him and just assume he's rubbish. He might not be rubbish for you. He might be worth looking at. So yeah, a lot of people have got him by now. At least some version. He's been in enough free packs, but if you've not got him, if you're like a tricky player, you like doing all these skill moves and those types, you like those types of winger. Like I say, he doesn't have to be on the left hand side. You can sneak him onto the right hand side with a few position trains. You need a few skill trains as well, but he's a really, really fun card. So yeah, I do like him. I personally recommend him based on my experience. What does chat think about Denílson though? Not a lot of thoughts on Denílson. Even the free version of him they gave a few years back is still good. Yeah, great fun card. It's just a really fun card. It's not going to be for everyone. You might need to shuffle a few points around, give him some skills and position trains to make use them the way you want, but it could be a really fun option for you. And as far as I'm aware, and I'll just hide this window to show you, I'm pretty sure this is the only option in this pack for the Brazilian League Challenge, because this is when he's played for Sao Paulo. So that might be a consideration as well. What's up, Jamie? Right, let's move on now. Almost onto our plethora of strikers. Crikey. We're approaching the halfway mark. So our last non-striker, we have got Atep Rizal, a little fella. So face scan, he's from Indonesia, and he is tiny. So 168 centimeters. Sound the low center of gravity klaxon. Fully two-footed as well. So he's a right foot playing on the left, but he's fully two-footed. You can put him on the right, and he'll use both his feet. Stupid fake gimmick booster is shooting. Yeah, shooting. There you go. So ignore the green dots. Those are his stats at level 1. And then skill-wise, we have a blitz curler. So yeah, a few skills on the ball, and then we got long range curler, blitz curler, long range shooting. You got through passing, gamesmanship, and he's a super sub as well. A nippy little blitz curler winger to throw onto the pitch in the second half when you need a goal. Could be interesting. Right, let's train up the Rizal. Get the noise off that window. Let us train Mr. Rizal. Let's see how good he is. Again, doesn't look amazing, but he looks pretty decent. It's the speed that's the one thing that bothers me. You know, for a wide man, you know, any kind of winger, you want a bit more speed on him, don't you? But we could easily just nick a few points as well on defending. I'll take that. Nick a couple off the on the ball ones. And then dexterity. There you go, 90 speed. You can go higher than that if you wanted. But yeah, whatever way you want to do it, you can easily get a bit more speed on him. But yeah, he looks pretty handy. Like I said, with that low center of gravity, the pace, balance, good on the ball. He's going to feel smooth. He's going to feel nimble. He's going to feel lovely on the ball. He's got soul control as well. And certainly, you know, with the shooting skills and blitz curler, finishing with only 4 points have gone on his shooting there. He come up with that 83 finishing. That's decent. It's not amazing, but it's decent. Yeah, this guy could be pretty handy. I've heard a few people speak highly of him. it feels like this guy's one of the more popular picks from the pack based on what I've read from people who've tried him. So yeah, he does look decent. If you really want to beef up that finishing, maximise his shooting ability. Is there a lot you can do? It's not a huge amount you can do. You can at least get him up there to maybe 87 finishing. You're only on 4 passing. I wouldn't really sacrifice any more than that. But if you wanted to hit about the 90 mark for your on the board and everything else, yeah, you can get him up to 87 finishing there. So very nice finishing and curl, long range curler, blitz curler, long range shooting. Could be pretty handy going to the left wing, and like I say, fully 2-footed, so you could swap him over to the right wing with position trainers and use them that way as well. Does look pretty handy. And then you've got through the middle. Can make him a centre forward actually. Can you get his awareness and finishing high enough? Ooh, ish. That could be an option, you know. Centre forward blitz curler. It'd take you a bunch of position trainers to do it, but yeah, you got that option. You got the second booster as well. Get that attacking awareness up. What we do, striker's instinct. Bosh. Could be a pretty interesting centre forward, to be fair. Not at the playing style, but small, nippy, not amazing speed. Maybe you could shuffle some points around, I don't know, but you can get the awareness and finishing to at least 90 or so, or just leave him just shy of that and beef him up elsewhere. He's going to have a nice finish on him. Has he got a first time shot? He's not, has he? So yeah, you'd want to give him first time shot. Maybe his fighting spirit. He'd be up against a lot of physically strong centre backs, but you do have the option of centre forward on this guy. A nippy little striker with blitz curler. Might not be bad at all. Might not be bad. Behind the attackers are number 10. Let's do auto allocation AMF. Again, they just think AMFs just need to be able to dribble. I like my attacking midfielders to be able to pass the ball personally. That's just me. So let's just beef his passing up. Okay. So you can get his passing to a decent level. If you use the second booster, you can get him 90 low and lofted. Yeah, he could be decent attacking mid, to be fair. He could be. Probably leave him about there. That could be an option if you wanted to do that. Now with the playing style, if you don't really want this guy out wide, you want a blitz curler through the middle. He's 2-footed, remember. So if you play him through the middle as an attacking mid or an SS, he starts drifting. If he drifts over to the left or he drifts over to the right, it doesn't matter because you can hit those blitz curlers from both sides. So yeah, it could be a really interesting option actually as an attacking mid. Again, you're up against physically strong DMF, so maybe that lack of physical contact will hold him back a bit. But yeah, through the middle AMF or SS, it could be an interesting option, to be fair. And likewise, centre forward from either side, you can hit those blitz curlers. So yeah, fully 2-footed, got the blitz curler skill. Can play on left wing, right wing, through the middle, striker or some kind of number 10. He could be a handy one. He's going to feel really nice on the ball. There is a lack of lead challenge again, unfortunately, but yeah, you've got a few ways you can use this guy. He does sound like he's one of the more popular choices from what I've heard. And yeah, he does look pretty neat. What are you lot thinking of this guy? Even without blitz curler, seems like a good fast dribbler. Could do a lot of damage on the wing and SS. Yeah, agree. Yeah, I think it's like a handy one. It could be one of the more popular ones if you're not really worried about lead challenges. A nippy little blitz curler winger who could be used in a bunch of different ways. Good when I've come up against him. Yeah, seems fun, but I have loads of blitz curlers now. Yeah, I think it's a handy one. I think he looks like one of the more appealing ones in the pack. A few ways you can use him. Little nippy blitz curler fella. Yeah, looks like a fun little card, that. Shall we look at some strikers? We've got quite a few. Emir's going to like this one, so we'll start with Moussa Sow. Right, Moussa Sow, who can be used in the Turkish Sheet Challenge if you're privileged enough to not be banned from that challenge. Got a face scan. We've got a fox in the box. We've got some green dots. The stupid booster means those stats are actually a bit higher at level 1. So there you go. What's that? Physical strength. There you go. And bullet header. Interesting. So bullet header is our showtime skill. It's going to line him up on the hub in the background. Moussa Sow. There he is. Right. So fox in the box. He's got the bullet header skill. We've got heading, acrobatic, and aerial. Looks like he's got all the skills and the playing style and everything to be really good in the air. He's also got first time shot, long range curler. Looking like a really nice selection of skills on a fox in the box and bullet header. Everything seems to be pointed towards him being a beast in the air, but only 180 centimeters. What's that vertical reach going to be like? Let's find out, shall we? How much of a beast is he going to be in the air? So the jumping on auto allocation goes to 90. You're thinking, okay, in theory, it looks like he's going to be pretty good in the air, but with only 180 centimeters height, that vertical reach ends up only 269. That's not great. It's not great at all. So it was looking pretty promising, and I'm not saying it was a bad card, but it looked like it had the makings of being a really good striker for cross spammers. He could be a real monster in the air, but with that vertical reach only 269, I'm not sure. I'm hoping Amir's going to give us some feedback, because I'm pretty sure Amir's got this guy. But yeah, he as a fox in the box, it depends how you want to use him. Like I always say, the fox in the box, they make their attacking runs a little bit later than goal poachers. They do sometimes come short for the to get involved in the build up, to take a pass to feet. So I like my fox in the box strikers to be a little bit better than this on the ball. He's not overly comfortable on the ball, and he's got really poor passing, so that for me is a bit of a weakness. Outside of that though, awareness is fantastic at 93, finishing at 90 is sound. The pace is, you don't need that much pace in the fox in the box, but he's got a bit. He's got some kick and power behind his shots, which is a big positive. Obviously the jumping looks great at 90, but the vertical reach isn't great. He's got a fair amount of physical strength. The balance isn't too bad for a physical guy. On the whole, it looks like as a goal scorer, he's pretty handy. Like I say, with those skills, certainly with his feet, he should be pretty handy, and with his head, I don't think he's going to be as dominant in the air as I was hoping he would be, but he's going to get on the end of some crosses, and when he does, heading's only 80 again, so yeah, feels like he had all the makings of being a really good striker for getting on the end of crosses, but then the lack of vertical reach and then the heading only being 80, it looks like it's going to hold him back a bit, but he will still get score some headers for you. It looks like he could be just as an out-and-out goal scorer, he could be a pretty handy one. Right, there he is. So Emir says, I use Sow sometimes, bit small, and his real qualities are bicycle kicks and out of position volleys. You can't do that now. Interesting. My type of striker can score all types of goals. Be better as a target man. I would prefer a target man to be a lot better in the air. That vertical reach 269 centimeters. That is not good. That is not good at all. So yeah, I don't want to sound negative because there's a lot of qualities there. It looks like he's an out-and-out goal scorer. Yeah, he'll definitely score goals for you. It will depend how you use your fox in the box. If you like to just relentlessly spam cross into the box, I don't think this guy is going to be that dominant in the air as you might hope he would be, but he does have bullet headers, so when he does win headers, that bullet header skill will help. It just makes headers better, a bit more accurate and powerful. If you like your fox in the box to be a bit more involved in the build up, he might be a bit lacking for you, but there's plenty of qualities there. In terms of taking chances, could be very, very effective. Yeah, I was just about to do that, buff his aerial stats at a cost. Yeah, exactly, so I will just do that. What shall we do? Yeah, so yeah, at a cost indeed. But if we want to make him a monster in the air, we're going to have to make some sacrifices, unfortunately. That's about the most I think we can do with vertical reach. 99 jumping now. 274.9 centimeters, so it's still not great. Better. And if that's what you want to do with this guy, you want to launch a lot of cross into the box. I don't think we've sacrificed too much elsewhere, actually. I think he's still looking sound enough elsewhere. That could be the build for you if that's what you want to use him for. Want to try and just get him, win as many headers as you can with him. Make the most of that bullet header skill. That does look fairly effective. I don't think he looks like a beast in the air, but he does look like he could be pretty effective, and he will score goals for you. Still got that finishing at 90, the awareness at 90. So we'll take those chances with his feet as well as his head. He's got accurate finishing as well. Yeah, you give this guy the service, could be effective. If you did a build, if you went the other way with the build and tried to make him a bit better in the build-up, where are we? You could kind of do that as well. I mean, the passing's still not great, and I would recommend one-touch pass and through passing to improve it. You can get into the 80s with those on-the-ball attributes. Maybe just an all-round build is what you want, to be honest. Could do that. Yeah. I think this is the kind of striker you just want to do an all-round build, to be honest. Maybe just do something like that. 1 point left. Goalie one. Yeah. If I'm building this guy just for me, I'm thinking I'm going to do something like that. Got the awareness and the finishing, a little bit more comfortable on the ball there, just a little bit. Physically in area, he's looking pretty strong, even though that vertical reach is a bit lacking. Just over 270 there. He's got a bit of pace, kicking power behind his shots. Yeah, could be a handy striker. He'll score goals for you. But But yeah, I just don't think he's quite as amazing as it initially looked like he was going to be with that bullet header skill, the fox in the box playing style, which is good for crosses, the stats and everything. It looked like he could be a beast, and yeah, just not quite as much of a beast as I'd hoped, but does definitely look like he could score goals for you and could be a handy one. And again, like I say, Turkish League Challenge, if you get to do that still, could be a really nice option for that. Any more thoughts on this guy? Not really. No. Okay. Yeah. Not the beast I was hoping he'd be in the air, but yeah, he could still be a very handy striker. Right. Who have we got next? Dempsey. We've got one of Ballard's boys. So Clint Dempsey, the first deep line forward, not the last. We've got 3, I think, deep line forwards in this pack. So Clint Dempsey. Was he a deep line forward? Kind of, I guess. Here's one question, and maybe Ballard can chime in on this, but I thought Dempsey played out wide a lot. I'm sure he played out wide numerous times for Fulham, on the left and the right. Did he not? Am I imagining that? But Kanami seems to think he never played out wide. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but certainly by the age of 31, he must have played out wide a fair few times by then. But yeah, he certainly could play up front. So they got him as a deep line forward, centre forward, and he can play SS and AMF apparently. Another one with unwavering form, but he's permanent B, doesn't really make much difference. The silly gimmick thing, booster, attacking awareness, speed, acceleration, somehow. I have no idea what that is. Off the ball, okay. Showtime skill, phenomenal finishing, okay. It's not the perfect skill for me personally on a deep line forward, but it's not a bad one on any kind of striker. It's certainly going to come in handy. So you got long range curl, long range shooting, first time shot, phenomenal finishing, a bunch of shooting skills there. Got heading, he was quite good in the air. Double touch, Marseille turn, soul control, feel on the ball, captaincy, fighting spirit. Okay, nothing for passing now. Deep line forward, you want a bit more on passing. But yeah, we've got phenomenal finishing. Let's just go train him up, shall we? Let me just type him in on the hub. Unless I click the wrong button. Have I just turned the stream off by mistake? No. Right, Dempsey, where are you? You're there. There he is. Right. There we go. And that's that Clint Dempsey. How good is he? Another one that kind of looks alright. It doesn't look amazing. Depends how you can use him. The attacking awareness is outstanding. It's great acceleration. On the ball for a deep line forward, I don't think you could afford him to be much worse than that. But he's not terrible. I'd like him to be a bit better. Passing. I mean, he's not got any passing skills. So again, yeah, deep line forward is going to drop deep and get involved in the build-up. I want better passing on deep line forward. I want that low pass to be out towards about the 80 mark. And I'd want one touch and through on him as well. Finishing 88, that's okay for deep line forward. For poachers and fox in the box, I'd look for about 90, but 88, yeah, that's fine. He's got phenomenal finishing, remember, as well. The pace is all right. For a deep line forward, that's fine. Certainly acceleration is outstanding. A bit of kicking about behind his shots, always like that. A little bit of physical strength, he definitely deserves that. Balance could be better. Somewhat two-footed. Yeah, he looks alright. It's just for me, it's the playing style. Is he got all the stats that kind of make him effective as a deep line forward? For me personally, no, not really. I want a deep line forward to be a bit better with some of these stats on the ball when they're dropping deep and getting involved in the build up. So that for me holds him back a bit. But with the finishing, certainly the shooting skills, the phenomenal finishing. I mean, he could easily nudge the shooting up to the 90 mark. That was easy enough. Yeah, when it comes to taking chances, he's definitely going to be handy. Right, so Ballard is saying, yeah, he definitely needed a couple of wide positions, didn't he? Attack midfield was a stretch. Yeah, I don't remember ever playing attack midfield. Great finishing. Very good in the air. Is he? Is he one of these players who's better in the air than it looks like he's going to be? Because there are players like that. Decent dribbling for his height. Gave him some good skills. Fun and effective. Okay, so thumbs up from Ballard. Too low passing for a deep line forward. Yeah, Emir and Sparks both saying that. Yeah, I that's what I'm thinking. For a deep line forward, the whole point of a deep line forward is that they drop deep and they get involved in the build-up. If you're going to do that, you've got to be tidy on the ball. Ballard is saying that he feels all right on the ball, but that passing for me is not high enough, and he doesn't have one-touch pass or through passing, so those things hold him back a bit. But it's another English League challenge option for your English League squad. Like I say, any kind of centre forward, the awareness and finishing, he's gonna score goals for you. He's gonna have that finishing, so it could be worse. Just I would like some of those stats, especially the passing, to be higher based on his playing style. Especially if he dropped in deeper. If we do another build, I mean, they've not put any points in his passing. So if we do another build, let's just see, can we just sacrifice a bit more from there? Can we make his passing a bit better? Yes, there you go. Can we make him a bit better on the ball? Yeah, we can actually get him right up to +3 territory on the ball. That looks much more interesting to me. Interesting. That's what I would do. So, yeah. Sacrificed a bit of his dexterity. The balance is a bit lacking now. We've lost a little bit of physical strength. I think you can live with that, but significantly more comfortable on the ball, much better passing, still decent finishing, even if it's not quite as good. That to me, whether it's still playing as a centre forward if you're dropping him, or if you're dropping him deeper as an SS, I think that kind of a build, you give him one touch pass and through passing, I think you're sorted. I think that could be a handy deep line forward. I think you need to like that playing style. I don't like it personally. I'm not a big fan. I do sometimes use it. I've got a couple of deep line forwards who, depending who you use them with, can be pretty handy. I do love to use my my Baggio deep line forward with classic 10 Del Piero just behind him. Really effective together. But yeah, just depends how you use them. But if that deep line forward playing style works for you, if you can kind of put this guy into your formation, your setup, and it works for you, I think a build like that could be pretty effective. A couple of passing skills, and yeah, it could definitely do a job. As an attacking midfielder, AMF, can you make Clint Dempsey an AMF? I don't think you can get that passing high enough. All the way up to 12 on passing now, you're only 85 low pass, fully boosted. Not for me. What about a wide forward? He definitely played out wide. I'm sure I'm not imagining that. Let's just nick some points back from passing. And can we make him a bit better? Oh, yeah, you can. Hello. You got that second booster, remember, if you want to nudge a few stats up slightly. Ball carrying. What gives us ball control? Fantasista, there you go. Fantasista, done. He could do a job as a wide man. The balance isn't amazing. And the finishing's decent. Not amazing for a legend, but you can certainly get away with it. He's got those shooting skills, including phenomenal finishing. Yeah, if you want to position train him as a wide man, you could shake off the deep line forward playing style if that's something that would be good for you. And yeah, as a wide man, pace, pretty decent on the ball. Attacking awareness is fantastic for a wide man. Passing not amazing, but finishing over 80 at least. Got some shooting skills. He could do a decent job as a wide man. It could be an option for you from wide left, especially as a right foot. So you got that option. So you got a couple of ways you can use him. I wasn't too impressed at first, but as Ballard's saying, he's got him. He speaks highly of him. I think if you shuffle the points around, he tried a few different builds. It could be a handy option potentially for your English League challenge. Could be a decent card. No special passing skills, yeah. Deserved better technicals, yeah, maybes. The best deep line forwards are almost always short and agile, I think so. Maybe. I don't think it's necessary to be small and nimble. I think a big physical one can work. My Showtime Baltimore is definitely a lot of fun in that position. But yeah, I think we're just kind of summing up the general deal with deep line forwards. You know, it's one of those ones. Some people are gonna, you know, some people will really like him, some people won't. He might not work for everyone, but I do think, although he didn't look too exciting at first, if you shuffle those points around, wide man behind the attack, centre forward, you could actually get some joy from this guy. It could be a decent option, certainly for the English League challenge. So yeah, another one where, like with all these cards, not an amazing one, but I think you just need to shuffle those points around, train in one or two different ways, maybe put some skills on him. But I think a fair few people could find a way to make a pretty decent card out of that. But you're building a Discord. Yeah, nice one. Very happy with them. Cool. Nice. Okay. Next striker, please. And it's a deep line forward. We got a few. So we got Kakitani from when he was at Cerezo Osaka. Base scan. So if you're lucky enough to still get to do the Japanese League Challenge, this is your option from this pack. He could be an option for your JD Challenge squad. I picked this guy off my Japan account. I've used him a little bit. I'll give my thoughts in a second. I mean, he's basically been all right as a summary. But yeah, booster. Fake, stupid, gimmick booster. You got balance, ball control, dribbling, finishing. What's that? Fantasista. Okay. This guy, again, has phenomenal finishing. So, again, on a deep line forward, I just don't know. Is phenomenal finishing a good one on any kind of striker? Yeah, for sure. But on a deep line forward, I don't know. I just feel like on a deep line forward, I'd rather have maybe a passing skill, maybe even blitz curler for shooting from range, maybe it's low screamer. I don't even know how good that is, to be honest. But, yeah, anyways, you've got a few skills in the ball. They've got a bunch of shooting skills again. We do have one touch passing through passing on this guy, which Dempsey didn't have. We got outside curler. So yeah, some nice skills there. Let's go train him up while I lose my voice again. Stupid throat. Hang on. Right, Where is he? He's there. Oh, he had a highlight card, apparently. He had a highlight card when he was 35. Was that a couple of years ago? Wasn't that bad, actually. Anyways, where are we? There we are. Right, how good is Kakitani? He's interesting. Right, I need some watering on. Yeah, so again, the passing doesn't look amazing. Isn't it too dissimilar to Dempsey? He's got really good ball control, awareness and finishing both about 90. He's got plenty of curl. Yeah, this guy would have been nice at blitz curler, would he not? Blitz curler could have been really nice in this guy. Maybe they're saving that for the next paid version of this guy. But yeah, again, deep line forward, passing a little bit better here at level 1, but or without any points put on passing, but could still do with being a little bit better. He looks alright. Fantastic balance. Great acceleration as well. He looks a little bit better than Dempsey at first glance. I don't remember what the physical was in Dempsey, but it was a bit higher, wasn't it? We've not got quite so much kicking power, I think, as well. But yeah, he looks tidy enough. Like I say, I picked this guy up on my Japan account. I've heard mixed reviews on this guy. For me, based on what I've heard, it feels like half the reviews I've heard of this guy have said he's kind of okay, nothing special. The other half said he's really neat, really good. I'm definitely on the side of okay, nothing special. He feels decent, he's technically sound, but he's not done anything special for me. He's just kind of alright. But some amount of that will come from the fact he's a deep line forward, and I'm just not a massive fan of that playing style. But yeah, he does look decent enough. As a centre forward, I don't think I would change much. It's just that passing, so I'm going to do a build for that deep line forward playing style, which will double up as an SS build, because deep line forward will be active both those positions. He'll behave the same way in both, just kind of dropping deep, getting involved in the build up, and then making some pretty late runs forward. So can we spare some points to make his passing better? Yeah, that's easy enough, isn't it? I think I'll just go for around that 80 mark. Only 3 points left there. I'd be inclined to put them on lower body, actually. Get him a bit more kicking power for his shots and a teeny bit more speed. I think that's what I would do. That might actually be the way I built mine on my Japan account. And I was just looking at how many points are on dribbling, by the way. You've only gone up to 4 on dribbling and get 95 ball control. That's really good. That's really good. So yeah, there's a lot to be said for this guy. He's obviously very technically sound. I don't think he's going to be too much of a dribbler. He doesn't feel that amazing on the ball for me. He doesn't feel bad on the ball. He just doesn't feel particularly, juicy. But certainly in terms of being able to control the ball and then getting his shots away, yeah, there's a lot to be said for this guy. I think he's a pretty handy deep line forward. Not quite as strong as Dempsey, like I say, but yeah, like with Dempsey, we've been able to get that low pass up to 80. Got very nice ball control. I think he looks pretty tidy as for that, with that deep line forward playing style. I think you can make him pretty effective. As an AMF, can you get the passing to a decent level for AMF? You can shake off the playing style if you want to do that. If you're not a deep line forward fan, don't need quite so much on there. Go up to 12 in passing. Yes, we can. Okay. So again, same thing again. You can go up to 18 on. Isn't that the same as Dempsey? You can use a booster again, and if you want, nudges low past the 90 if you're really bothered about that. You've got 6 points left. What are you going to put them on? Hello. Oh, he's actually pretty nice, isn't he, as an attacking mid? That's a pretty nice attacking mid, He's got 1 touch and 3 already. He's got a bunch of shooting skills, phenomenal finishing as well. Pretty nice pace for an attacking mid. Good balance, really good on the ball. Ball control 99. 87 attacking awareness for an attacking midfielder. Use the second booster to nudge his low pass up to 90. You can probably do that without the second booster, to be fair. Although you're up to 12 and passing, so maybe not. Finishing 83 is decent for attacking mid. That's an attacking midfielder, actually looks nice. I think he looks nicer as an attacking midfielder without an active playing style than he does as a centre forward or SS with a deep line forward playing style. I think he looks pretty tidy there. Could be a really nice option for your Japanese League squad, J League squad. I might build him like that for me, actually, to be honest. I don't know how I built mine. I think I built mine similar to auto allocation. I've not really looked at him that much yet, but yeah, like I say, he feels alright to me. He's not done a great deal. I've not used him that much yet, but opinion seems to be divided. Some people saying he's kind of alright, nothing special, but some people do think he's really neat. I do think as well they're fully proficient at AMF already. If you want an AMF, if you do use an AMF, yeah, that kind of a build. That looks pretty nice to me. He could be pretty nice there. Maybe just a little bit lacking in physical strength there with a lot of physical kind of defensive mids around him, destroyers and so on. Maybe he's giving fighting spirit. Maybe he's even trying to nudge his physical contact up. But yeah, I think you got a few roles you can use him in. And again, as a deep line forward or as an attack midfielder, that could be pretty handy. And as a wide man, tell you what, take a bunch of points of his passing. Hello, we're going to have another nice build in this guy. Ooh. Hello. I've still got that second boost on, haven't we? 8 points left. Hello. How about that? That could be a really nice wide man, you know. Again, it's a right foot. You put him wide left, you're taking a bunch of position trainers, but pace and balance are good. On the ball, good. Again, that ball control is insane. 87 attacking awareness, 87 finishing. He's got phenomenal finishing as well as long range curl, long range shooting, first time shot. That could be really saucy as well. This to me actually is looking like one of the better cards in this pack. He looks very usable as a left wing forward. Very usable indeed. And his passing will be alright as well. 80 low and he's got one touch and through. So yeah, there's a few ways you can use this guy. He could be a very useful deep line forward. He could be a pretty nice attacker mid. And he could even be a really nice left wing forward. So yeah, a few uses for him. A little bit better than I realised. And I've actually got him on one of my accounts as well. So yeah. Looks alright, this guy. Could be a handy one. Maybe for your Japan squad. A lot of people rock a Japan squad, especially for a JD squad. Could be a really nice one to pick up that. What are you lot thinking about Kakitani? 75 plus for SS is effective. 80 plus amazing. Yeah, I think opinion's always going to vary on passing. A lot of people have their own kind of interpretations and stuff. Yeah, I like to aim for about 80-ish. Got him on mobile, he's pretty good, nice. 70 passing with passing skills or 80 passing with no skills. I think again, I'll check out that video by eFootball Lab. It's really good. He's gone into depth on how passing works. Through passing is I mean, we've known for a long time through passing beefs up your low pass by about 20% when you do a through pass, so that's significant. I'd be tempted to say 70 with the skills. If you're talking one touch pass and through passing, I would say 70 with the skills, to be honest. I think that would be better. Lots of people online love him. Great dribbler, good finishing. Weird that he's a deep line forward. Yeah. Japanese juice. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, looks fire. Yeah. So this for me, I think, again, he's looking like one of the better ones in the pack. You've got a few ways you can use him, including as a sneaky left wing forward there. For a JD squad, if you get to do that challenge, could be fantastic. For a Japan squad, could be a very nice option for you. So yeah, might come down to the batting style, might not. But yeah, that to me it could be a pretty handy card. Right, who is our next centre forward? Is it another deep line forward? No. So there's another one here is going to give us some feedback on. We've got Burak Yılmaz, face scan, a goal poacher. So we got what looks like a big physical goal poacher. 6'2", unwavering form, silly gimmick, fake booster is speed, kicking power, physical contact, and dribbling. What on earth is that? Breakthrough. Okay, so he's going to break through for you. Excellent. And this is our second blitz curler. Interesting. So we got long range curler, blitz curler, knuckle dipping, rising, long range shooting, first time shot. So we've got 1 or 2 shooting skills. Or penalty specialist is another shooting skill. So we've got 8 shooting skills. And then captaincy and fighting spirit. So he's it looks like he's going to be good at shooting. Well, I would hope he is. Let's find out, shall we? Let's get onto the hub and train up. Right, Burak Yılmaz, you are up, son. Burak. You have to just type in Burak because that weird I character doesn't work when you search. Right, there he is. Boop. He is all right. He's not great on the ball. He can't pass the ball. The finishing at 90 is decent enough, and he's got 1 or 2 shooting skills to really back that up. Decent pace. Whoa, hello. He's got some kicking power, some physical strength as well. Yeah, so you got a quite a big, strong centre forward who's good at shooting. He's got a bit of pace as well. Yeah, this is an interesting poacher. He's not going to be nimble. He's not going to be great on the ball. But yeah, it's interesting. So okay, the one slight weakness we've got with this guy, I mean, the balance isn't amazing, but again, big physical guy, but all the way up to 12 in dexterity, and you only get to 88 attacking awareness. It's not bad, but it's not amazing on any kind of legend card. I'd want it to be a bit higher. So that's a little bit of a weakness there. And that ball control 76. It's not just for carrying the ball. That's for like getting the ball under control. You know, touch and shot kind of thing. That lets him down a bit, but when you do set him up properly for a shot, he does have good finishing. He's got a bit of curl for his long edge curls and blitz curlers, and he's got some kicking power. I think the thing with this guy is you just want to focus on what he's good at, and that's his shooting. It's a shame for a big physical guy. He's not got any aerial skills, and jumping only 76. He's not got good jumping height. So yeah, despite the physical profile, it's a shame that Moussa Sow's not got the height of this guy and vice versa. But yeah, I think the reality with this guy is you just got to focus on his shooting, and it's going to be really good. So we could improve his shooting a bit. We can get that a bit higher. Don't want to lose any dexterity, so there's not a lot of points elsewhere that we can really sacrifice, but we could probably spare a bit of that physical strength. Nick that 1 point of passing. Gets us 1 higher. Yeah, just do that. Give him the shooting booster. Does that include kicking power? It does, doesn't it? Oof, okay. So 93 finishing, 98 kicking power. All the shooting skills and blitz curler. Just give him the ball, set him up to get his shot away, and be careful doing that because the bounce isn't amazing, the ball control is not good, and he's not got good tight possession at all. But he's going to have a good shot on him. That you will notice that kicking power behind his shots, and with a decent amount of curl and a good finishing attribute as well. Yeah, his blitz curlers in particular should be pretty good, I think. Fairly two-footed as well. I think you need to be fully two-footed to do your blitz curls with both feet, so he won't be able to do blitz curls with his left foot, but yeah, certainly when he gets onto his right foot to hit a blitz curler and with his shooting in general, it looks like he could be pretty good. But outside of that, like I say, he does look like he's going to be a little bit on the clunky side, not great on the ball. I'd like the awareness to be a little bit higher, to be honest, but he's got some pace and he's definitely got some finishing. So for just for a straight up goal poacher, just for someone to literally just take chances for you, looks like he could be effective. Just there are 1-2 weaknesses there, and there's no league challenge for him because this is from when he played for Lille, which is only a couple of years ago, I think. But yeah, what are you lot thinking? Just get the ball and shoot striker. Yeah, so yeah, pretty much my thoughts. Lille legend. Oh, did they win the league with him? Was that the season they had Botman in defence? His blitz shots are quite good. Cool, yeah, I was thinking that. Stunning shot merchant will not be stopped. Yeah, if you can get him on the ball and you've got enough time to get your stunning shots away, or your blitz curlers, yeah, that's what it looks like. You get your shots away, he will score goals for you. His shot's going to be good. And again, I can't emphasize enough, I love kicking power on a striker. 98 kicking power with all the shooting skills this guy's got. If you can get your shots away, especially the blitz and stunning shots, he will score some goals for you. Like I say, there are some dodgy stats there. Ball control's not great. Tight possession's horrible. Can't pass. Like a bit more attacking awareness. Low league challenge. So there's a few negatives, but if you want a striker who's a goal poach with a bit of pace and a menacing shot, he'd certainly do worse. Right, next striker, please. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for all the big dudes first, and I'll finish up with the 3 little ones, because you've got 3 little ones up there. We'll go to the big dudes first. So next up, we've got another deep line forward, and it is Mr. Kanu. Be careful not to say his first name, because they might demonetize me. So we've got a face scan, of course, and we have an option for the English League Challenge, because from when he played for Arsenal. I completely forgot he played for Inter. I only remembered that the other day. So deep line forward, he is huge. He's 196 centimeters. At 6'6" or 5, 6'5", 6'6". He's a big, tall guy. Silly fake gimmick booster thing technique. There you go, on the ball and low pass. So forget the green dots; those are his level 1 stats. And he has got acceleration burst. Interesting. So we've got a few skills on the ball there: soul control, acceleration burst. We've got heading, pretty handy on the tall guy. We'll see how good he is in the air in a second. Long range curler and first time shot. You've got heel trick, super sub as well. That is a very interesting super sub. Let's just go check him out on the hub and train him up, shall we? And he is there. There he is. And how good is this guy? Well, I've actually picked him up on one of my accounts. I think I've got him on the Japan account. He's fun. When you look at the stats at first, you're kind of thinking, doesn't look that amazing. Deep line forward is not got very good passing. Doesn't look that amazing on the ball. Yeah, the bounce is good, but outside of that, attack awareness and finishing there doesn't look that amazing statistically. But he is fun. He can dribble, and that, you can doing some acceleration bursts with this guy is actually fun. I used him against the AI on stream the other day, and yeah, I had some fun with him dribbling around. I was running straight through defenders. They just didn't seem to want to stop him. Fun card. Very unique. Similar, quite similar in a way to Voltamide. You know, a deep line forward with that kind of height, who's good on the ball. You don't get many players like that. So yeah, in a way, it's kind of might come down to the playing style and the profile, but at the same time, just as someone who's really different and who's fun to get him on the ball, just fun to play with, a really different option, especially as a super sub. There's a lot to be said for this guy. It could be a really interesting one to pick up. And like I say, the one I've got, I picked him up on my Japan account, and with my on this is my old RTG account. I don't really use anymore, but still got my selection contract to use on here. I think I'm going to get Kanu just based on how I found him on my Japan account. He's fun. He is a fun one. In terms of the end product, the finishing's alright, but like I say, for a deep line forward, I would like more passing. So this is one where statistically, however you build him, I found this because I've tried a few builds on mine. You're going to find however you build him, if you make him as good as you want him to be in one or two areas, you'll always find there's at least one area where he's just not where you want him to be. So yeah, a few ways you can shuffle these points around. I don't want to sacrifice really much awareness or finishing, but just to see what we can do. If you went down to at least the kind of threshold for +3 on awareness and finishing, they've only gone up to 4 in dribbling. I've said this before. The way they auto allocate players is based purely on position. It's got nothing to do with playing style. They don't build him to be a deep line forward. They build him to be a centre forward. So they've only put 4 in dribbling there, nothing on passing. You can very easily just nudge a few points onto the underball attributes there. Bang, 90 plus in all of them. You can get his low pass up to 73 quite easily. You could sacrifice a bit of speed if you felt like you can afford to do that. Get his passing a bit higher. Is it worth doing that? Maybe, maybe not. Matter of opinion. But if you want to make him really nice on the ball, that's similar to the way I built mine. And he feels really nice. And he seems to be scoring goals pretty easily. I would recommend trying to build like that and really make the most of what he's good at, because he's really nice on the ball. And with that acceleration burst to touch the ball away from defenders, work a bit of space for yourself. Yeah, he's different. He's really different. He's unique. If you're not too worried about the on-the-ball stats, you think, well, he's going to be pretty decent on the ball regardless. You could nudge the passing a bit high. Could you get the low pass up to 80? That's around the mark I like on a deep line forward. I don't think you really can without sacrificing too much elsewhere. For me personally, I would just accept with this guy that, yeah, I mean, look at that build. He doesn't look that exciting, but I think it'd still be decent. But that's just about what, as far as I go with the low pass personally. If you really want to beat that up a bit, and I would just give him one touch pass and through passing skills, and just accept that his passing won't be amazing for the line forward, but it will certainly be okay, be workable as long as you don't ask too much of him. But like I say, you have sacrificed a bit elsewhere. But if you're not too worried about the passing, you just want to use him as a striker, and you don't have to pass towards the deep line forward. When he comes deep to get involved in the build up, you can get him on the ball and he can just run past everyone, because that's apparently what I've been doing against the AI, because no one can tackle him. So if you just want to do that, get him 90 plus and all the on the ball attributes again, give him a bit more speed back, make him even better on the ball there, just make him amazing on the ball. Why not? Yeah, I think that's really it. It's quite similar to Denílson in the way. Is he a similar type of player? No, but for what you're going to get from him, he is similar, because he's just fun. You're just going to put him on. You're just going to get him on the ball, and you're just going to enjoy running around with the ball with this guy. He's a big, tall dude. He's lanky as hell. He's leggy as hell, but it just works somehow. He's just really tidy on the ball with the acceleration burst, especially. I do expect, if this is the kind of guy you're looking at, if you're an Arsenal fan, maybe you don't mind spinning packs when they do the 150 packs. I'll be amazed if they don't bring out a paid version of this guy with much better stats and maybe his momentum dribbling. So yeah, on that basis, it might be worth holding off and waiting and getting that one. I'll be tempted to get him if they do that, to be honest, because he's been that much fun for me so far. But yeah, I expect better versions. Like I say, whatever way you build him, there's 1-2 stats where you're looking at it thinking, damn, that's not much of a legend. But he's just fun. So yeah, is he an orthodox centre forward in any way? Not even as a deep line forward, no. But he's just one of these cards that if you put him up front, you're gonna have some fun with him. He's gonna score some goals. And yeah, you just for the fun factor, if there's no one in this pack that you think is good enough to really improve any area of your squad, you just want fun. You've got the Denílson option, but you've definitely got an option with this Kanu card. And a lot of people seem to be saying the same thing. It's a fun card. Mars is saying niche player, that's for sure. Seems good, but another one that shouldn't have been deep line forward. I don't know. I think based on real life, he kind of had to be. You could have argued creative playmaker, but I think deep line forward was probably the right one personally, based on the way it actually was. Definitely one of the best choices I was thinking of. So yeah. So yeah, very unique. You look at, if you're just going statistically and how good he is, for a lot of people, it's probably just not going to really come together. You're going to be thinking, well, I'm not sure I'm really going to make him work for me. But if you just want a fun card, that's what he is. He's a lot of fun. So he could be a good pick for a lot of people. And it sounds like from what I've read, a lot of people feel the same way. Right. Thank you, Mr. Kanu. The last of the big strikers. We've got another 6'2" guy, same height as Yilmaz. We've got Majed Abdullah. So face scan. Another fox in the box. 32-footed. He's a lefty. Silly fake booster gimmick says speed, balance, dribbling, type possession. Ball carrying. Yeah, you got one right. Ball carrying. Showtime skill. Visionary pass. So that's another weird choice. So you got a fox in the box centre forward with visionary pass. I really feel like maybe one of the deep line forwards could have had visionary pass and they could have given this fox in the box phenomenal finishing, maybe. Might have made more sense. I don't know. But anyways, double touch flip back soul control. You got the ball roll double touch on a 6'2" fox in the box. All right. Long range curler, heel chick, first time shot, one touch pass and through passing. You don't always get them on centre forward. And visionary pass, outside curler. You got a pretty nice set of skills. You got all the skills for a striker who's going to be good on the ball there, but how good is he going to be on the ball? Let's have a look, shall we? Let's type his name into the Hubbaroonie, and we'll find out. So this guy's looking interesting. I wish we could have bought as many as we want from this pack. I'd have bought like half of them. Yeah, this guy looks like a very interesting one. So for a fox in the box, again, like what you really kind of want is you want to be all right in the build-up. You obviously need the awareness and finishing. You don't really need the pace, but we've got it here. Great balance there, a little bit of physical strength. This guy looks really interesting to me, you know. I think the one thing I would say against him is that his finishing looks like it's just not quite that great as a centre forward. He does have first time shot and long range curler, but 88 finishing, it's not amazing. We could probably nudge that up though. If pace isn't that important on a centre forward, then you could take a bit of the aerial off. I need 1 point. Give me a point. I need a point. Let's take a bit of dexterity off. Yeah, we'll just do it that way. And you got your booster as well, actually, to be fair, but remember he's got a visionary pass though. Do you want to make the most of the showtime skill he's got? It would make sense to, wouldn't it? Right, let's use our second booster to get his shooting up to 90. Go for the 90 mark. And then we can get his low pass over 80. In fact, we'll go 80 low. And nudge his dribbling up a bit more. That's a really interesting profile for a 6'2" fox in a box. Dribbling up to 87, low pass 80 with one touch through and visionary pass. Awareness and finishing 90 plus, decent pace, good balance. We've lost a little bit of physical strength, but yeah, it is what it is. He does lack a bit of kicking power as well, so yeah, that goes against his shooting a little bit. But that's a really interesting profile on this guy. This is not one of the cards in the pack that, like I just said, that's what I just mentioned. I wish we could have got a whole bunch of players from this pack. There's probably at least, maybe even half the players in this pack I would have picked them up, because this is a really fun, a different kind of profile on a fox in the box, and I would really like to give this guy a go. And it's a shame I'm not going to get to. Half tempted actually to get him on this account, the account where I've got my selection contract, but yeah, looks interesting. As a tall, 6'2" fox in the box, he's tidy on the ball and got a really nice pass on him for a centre forward, and he's got the awareness and finishing and decent pace. He's quite nice. Looks like a really interesting fox in the box. That yeah, I'm a little bit gutted I've not been able to try him out really, but it is what it is. Could we do another build then? Let's just get rid of that striker's instinct for a second. So if we were just going to say that the fact he's decent on the ball, decent passing skills is not really what's important on a fox in the box. Get him a bit more kicking power maybe. You could do that. Could give him a bit of that physical strength back. I don't think there's a huge amount you can do elsewhere really. I don't think you can really make him amazing in any other ways. I think I'd be inclined to stick with that original build I just did, to be honest. I think that would be how I'll be building him. But yeah, either way, with the skills there, the ball, he's got a ball roll double touch, visionary pass. He's good, pretty good in the most important areas, but with that dribbling and the passing, Really interesting profile. He looks like a nice option to me. He could be a bit of a, yeah, bit of a joker in the pack, maybe. What are you lot thinking? Could be underrated. Looks good and good height. Very decent, unique profile. Yeah, I think he's got quite a unique profile. I think this is one of the cards in this pack that you get cards sometimes in packs where I feel like people are probably just going to take one look and be like, nah, Fox in the box, doesn't look amazing, whatever. And especially when you see Visionary Pass, you're thinking, Visionary Pass? Is that what he needs, really? Yeah. But that, to me, looks like an interesting one. Yeah, like I say, I'm a bit disappointed that I've not been able to pick up, you know, multiple cards from this pack on because I would have liked to try them out. But yeah, if you want someone who's a bit interesting, a bit different, you've got a few options, especially Kanu. But that's another one. He looks like a good card, and like I say, that the build I did just now, I'll probably be inclined to just do that. I'll do that instead of shuffling the points around like I just did there. I forgot what I even did. What did I do? That. Yeah, looks really interesting, that one. Yeah, another card in this pack that I think is probably a bit better than people might realise at first glance. Right, next striker. Right, we're on to the little fellas. Hey, okay, who should we start with? Let's start with Sunil Chhetri. So, Indian striker, still playing, isn't he, in real life? About 40 odd years old. Goal poacher, centre forward. Silly fake gimmick booster is speed, acceleration, balance, stamina. I have no idea what that is. Agility. Showtime skill is phenomenal finishing. Pretty straightforward. So we got a bunch of shooting skills and phenomenal finishing. Outside of that, double touch, cut behind, outside curler, penalty, captaincy, fighting spirit. Nothing too exciting there. It's really just based on the shooting ability. And let's train him up. So, what is your name? I always forget there's 2 H's in Chhetri. Right. Let's train this guy up. Looks alright. So, phenomenal finishing, goal poacher. Again, you've got pretty nice dribbling on the centre forward. Do you need to do a great deal with this build? Not a great deal. I'd like a bit more speed on the goal poacher, though. Just nudge a bit off the dexterity. I don't think that physical contact is going to make too much difference. There you go, 90 speed. Can't really do a great deal more than that, can we? Stick one back on aerial. There you go, straight away. I think that's what I'd do. You've got a small, nimble goal poacher. Yeah, I think he's pretty tidy. I think it's a great deal, and he's adding to that. You've got that low centre of gravity, 170 centimetres. He's got the speed, the balance. He's for a centre forward, he's decent on the ball. Good awareness, good finishing. He's got the shooting skills. Yeah, just a straight up, nice, nippy, nimble, neat little goal poacher centre forward. That I don't see anything out of the ordinary. I think the dribbling's pretty nice, and especially for considering the fact that he's got that low centre of gravity, and he's got the pace and balance to go with it. That nice dribbling is going to be a real nice bonus. So yeah, tidy little centre forward. That one we've got a few to look at. At least one of the other two is a goal poacher. I know Super Marquez, but yeah, tidy little low centre of gravity centre forward. That guy, I think it looks pretty neat. I don't think there's anything I'm missing there. Nothing out of the ordinary. He's not got amazing kicking power. The passing could be worse for centre forward. Yeah, I think it's pretty neat. Him, I think he's obviously going to be popular with a lot of the Indian players among the player base. But yeah, if you like nippy little strikers, that's one option. We've got a few to look at. There's 2 more we're going to come up to next to finish up the pack. But yeah, I think the thing is neat. Chat not already saying much. I don't think much needs saying. I think I've covered it there. Nothing out of the ordinary. Pretty nice dribbling, and with his low centre of gravity, he's going to feel nice on the ball, and he's got the awareness and finishing. Could be very effective as a little goal poacher, this fella. But we've got 2 more similar, so yeah, they're both poachers as well. So we'll start with Senamuang, Kiatisuk Senamuang from Thailand. I was a little bit disappointed he didn't have a Thai club, so I could use him in my Thai squad. So yeah, face scan, another low centre of gravity. He's about the same height as Chhetri. Goal poacher centre forward. City fake booster is speed, acceleration, stamina, attack awareness. No idea what that is. Off the ball. Showtime skill is acceleration burst. So we've got acceleration burst on this guy. As you've got double touch, cut behind. You've got long range curler, knuckle acrobatic, first time shot. So yeah, not all shooting based on this guy. You've got acceleration burst as a very handy one to have on a striker. And if we get ourselves over to the hub, we'll see how good he is. Have I spelled that right? I have. Go me. So this guy again, it's pretty decent. The first thing you've got to say with this guy, though, attacking weight is 97, acceleration 97, and he's got acceleration burst. Yeah, you talk about responsive, nippy. You know, you want to touch the ball away from the defender and work the space to get a shot away. Yikes. And that balance 94, I mean, if there's one place you can spare some points if you want to shuffle some points around, it's dexterity, isn't it? Let's be honest. But yeah, I mean, the finishing's maybe not amazing. You can stick a booster on that straight away if you wanted to. Get the finishing to 90 if you're that bothered about it. But yeah, again, you've got a really nippy little striker. That acceleration burst is going to be handy. He's not got phenomenal finishing like Chhetri's got, but acceleration burst is a handy one on the centre forward. Again, you've got nice dribbling on a small nippy striker. And another one where he looks interesting, you know. Looking at some of these stats that being as good as they are, and with the low centre of gravity matching up to them really well, and nice dribbling and acceleration burst. Your ability with this guy to be able to touch the ball away from the defender and you know, take it away from the defender and work space to get shots away. He looks pretty nice to me. He looks pretty nice. Can we nudge that shooting up a little bit? I mean, you could, if you wanted to, you could nick like 4 points for dexterity. Still looking great. They're all 90 plus. Nudge the shooting up to 90. Nudge the dribbling up to 90. Give me a bit more speed. Why not? That's a nice little striker again, you know. He does look pretty neat. You don't often get 90 dribbling on a centre forward, especially when, again, it's one of these guys with a low centre of gravity who's got the pace, he's got the bounce, and he's got that really good awareness, and he's got finishing. He can get up to 90 very easily. And he's got that acceleration burst skill. He's got the shooting skills. He'll be a really neat little striker. He's going to be very nippy, very responsive. Again, as a short striker, low centre of gravity, and a really nice dribbling. It's going to be nice on the ball. There's a lot of players in this pack I wish I would have been able to pick up. It's annoying. I was only able to get one on my main account. Yeah, I want this guy as well. But yeah, another nippy little striker. Things to say about Chhetri. Oh, delayed reaction to Chhetri. One of his first highlights in no face game was absolutely amazing. Interesting. Even 3 highlight Mbappe cards are better than him. Disagree. He is like Saviola but Asian. That's not a bad shot. Barely used Saviola. Just tried a couple of other people's in co-op. But yeah, I think both these guys, Senamuang, just for that ability to kind of touch the ball away from the defender with the acceleration burst and getting that dribbling up to 90. This guy looks very nippy, very responsive, really nice. And Chhetri also similar, but just more the phenomenal finishing. Maybe he's not quite on the level of this guy for the responsiveness, but two very neat, nippy little strikers. And we've got another one. And he's really little. So we have got a Supermark. And this is the guy I picked up on my main account. I've got no regrets. Mainly because look at that moustache. Oof. But yeah, 163 centimeters. He's miniature. So you got a miniature striker, a goal poacher, again with an excellent moustache. City fake booster thing is agility again. That was the same one as just before. And he has got, again, phenomenal finishing. So like Chhetri, got phenomenal finishing. He's also got heading and aerial superiority, which for a guy who stands about 3'4" is an interesting couple of skills to give him. I'm not sure they're going to really make him particularly good in the air, but it is what it is. One touch pass, handy, fighting spirit. But yeah, you got first time shot, acrobatic finishing, long range curl, long range shooting, knuckle shot, and phenomenal finishing. So yeah, spam some stunning shots with this guy. But yeah, like I say, this guy was my choice. And just as I type him into the hub, I can tell you he has been fun. Where's the hub? There's the hub. Yeah. So this guy, as you can see, again, I mean, acceleration 98, balance 99. Yeah, he's nippy, and he's got a shot in him. One thing I'll say with this guy, you do often get player ID with players, whether it's placebo or not is all opinion. Sometimes player ID can be an aesthetic thing, like the way Ronaldinho runs, stuff like that. Other times it really feels like some players, they're just better at certain things than they should be. Like Lautaro Martinez always wins more headers than he should. With this guy, it might be placebo, but the way he shoots, he just absolutely wellies it for me. He just has such a crisp, powerful shot on him. It doesn't look that incredible here. You know, the kicking power looks decent, finishing pretty good, but yeah, it's just his shooting just feels really nice for me. Maybe that's placebo, I don't know, but yeah, as you can see here, you know, the pace, especially with the acceleration, is really good and balanced as well. He's got a bit of physical strength there. Remember, he's got that heading and aerial, So he's with this guy compared to the other two little strikers. You might like little small nimble strikers, but if you want a small nimble striker who's even smaller than the other two, but he's got more physicality than the other two, kind of interesting. He's bouncy. He's got something about him. This guy, I like him. In terms of the way the points are allocated, I put a booster on mine to boost his attack awareness just because it's nice to hit that 90 mark. What did I do for that? That one? Probably, I think I probably did that one. Or maybe I gave him Striker's Instinct. I don't remember, to be honest. But yeah, he's not as amazing on the ball. He's not quite as good on the ball as Chhetri and Senamuang, but he's not bad on the ball. I would say he doesn't feel like much of a dribbler, but he's tiny, he's very nimble, he's very responsive. So he doesn't feel bad on the ball at all. He's just not that much of a ball carrier. In terms of the way the points are all allocated here, there's not a lot you need to do. You could nick a little bit and maybe nudge his physical contact up. I did that on mine. I don't remember what else I sacrificed. I might have done a sneaky manual shooting build and just taken all the points off the shooting on mine, to be honest. But yeah, there are ways you can nudge his physical up a little bit if you want to do that. Maybe make him a bit better on the ball. If you're not too bothered about the physical strength because he's tiny and he's probably going to get bodied most of the time by big physical centre backs, you can get his on the ball attributes up. You can't get him to 90 dribbling like we did just now with Senamuang, but certainly you can make him very decent on the ball there. 2 points there, stick one passing. No, stick him back on aerial. Yeah, another nippy little striker. Like I say, this guy is the smallest of the small. Obviously, he's not quite as small as Atep Rizal and so on, but in this pack, he's the smallest. A few inches smaller than Chhetri and Senamuang. Insane acceleration and balance. And like I say, yes, he's going to be tiny, nippy, nimble, responsive, like you'd expect from a striker with a very low centre of gravity, but it's the shooting for me. He just absolutely pings them in. He's got a really nice shot on him. So, yeah, again, he's not an amazing card. He's not on the level of the kind of top strikers you get in legend boxes and so on. But like with Chhetri and Senamuang, you've got three little strikers in this pack who are, yeah, in different ways, but in mostly similar ways, but in some slight differences. They're just all really neat looking little strikers, to be honest, if you like a striker with that low centre of gravity. So, shall we summarise this pack? Like I said at the start of this, I'm going to put this video on YouTube separately on its own. So when I put that video on YouTube, if you guys can drop a comment and just any players in this pack that you've picked up, just drop a little rating or review. You don't have to write much, just drop a little 5-star rating if you can't be bothered to write much, or if you can write a couple of sentences, just to let people know what you think of the players that you've signed. I'll do likewise as well. Like I say, I've got Supermock on my main account. I've tried Kanu, who's really fun on the Arsenal account, and Kakitani on the Japan account. So yeah, I've tried a few of these guys. As I mentioned at the start, you look at the overall rating, they're all 82. So if anyone says, oh, this guy's the best in the pack, that guy's the worst in the pack, shut up. They're all about the same. It's just a question of what you want, what kind of playing style works for you. Do you like a big tall guy? You want a big centre back, a small centre back? The two centre backs there, if you're looking at the pack, you're thinking, I've got loads of attackers and midfielders, I just need a centre back, or especially for the Italian League Challenge. They're both the Italian League Challenge. You've essentially got a build-up who's not very tall, or you've got a big, tall, physical thug of a destroyer. It depends on what profile you want. The height is a bit of a concern with Márquez, but like I mentioned, the long reach tackle skill, I think, is going to benefit him a lot more than aerial thought benefits Benatia. But he does like height a bit. So yeah, slight pros and cons with these guys, but I think the playing style is the big difference. I think both of them fit their playing styles pretty well. You got a few guys, midfielders here, who are pretty solid. Park Ji-sung doesn't look amazing in any position, but the fact that he can cover so many positions and do at least a solid job in so many positions, I think he could be a really useful card for the English League Challenge at least. Box-to-box centre mid, that guy's not bad, he's pretty solid. Ahmed Hassan looks like a pretty decent attacker mid, could do a job for you. Denílson, one of the most fun cards in the game. He's not going to be for everyone, but if you're just listening to what people say on whatever platform they're on, saying, oh, he's the worst in the pack, he's rubbish, blah, blah, blah. If you've not actually tried him, then don't discount him, because, there will be those people who say it's crap, but then there's people like me who tell you he's absolutely amazing. I love him to bits, super fun. So he could be a real option, that guy. And you can play him on the right as a wide right SS. And if you give him long range curl, it could be really nice there. And Rizal, teeny little, low centre of gravity, nimble, dexterous, blitz curler, winger, fully two-footed. Play him on the left, training to play on the right. Could train to play through the middle, and they could pop up and score blitz curlers from both sides. Could be pretty interesting, that guy, and I've heard good things about him. And then you've got about 1,000 strikers. So Moussa Sow, shame he's not quite got the height and the vertical reach to make the most of the bullet header skill, but he could still get on the Anderson crosses and score some headers for you. Yeah, as an out-and-out goal scorer, could be a handy one. Likewise, Yilmaz, just shoot That's the one thing this guy's good at. He's got some weaknesses, but you look at all those shooting skills. You give him the ball and you work him into a position to get either a blitz curl or especially a stunning shot away. He could be pretty potent. And then Abdullah, I'm a bit disappointed. I'm not going to try this guy out because, you know, a 6'2" fox in the box with the visionary pass skill, decent passing, decent dribbling, ball roll double touch as well. He looks interesting to me. Kanu's Kanu, big lanky guy, leggy as hell, but somehow feels amazing on the ball. He's just fun. He's just a fun, unique card. And then you got two more deep line forwards, Dempsey and Kakitani. Dempsey looks solid. Ballard's been saying there he's got him. He speaks highly of him. I do think you need to shuffle the points around, find the right build, and Kakitani likewise. But Kakitani, I think in a few ways, striker, number 10, maybe left wing even, does look pretty tidy. And yeah, I think that's everyone except these little fellas, and these are the ones we just finished with. Chhetri, phenomenal finishing. Senamuang, acceleration burst, and Dahari, super mock. He's got phenomenal finishing as well. I've tried him, obviously, as I've just said. His shooting is, he's got a lovely shot on him. Really gets some nice, crisp, powerful shots away. Especially his stunning shots. Yeah, three little strikers there. I don't think there's a huge difference between any of them. You got this super mock's even shorter than the other two. He's got a bit more physicality, and like I say, Senamuang, that acceleration burst. Chhetri is just like a really handy goal scorer, goal poacher. So there's a lot of options there. Maybe a lead challenges will sway you. There's not that many lead challenges, not many cards in the pack you can use in the lead challenges. You can use Kanu in the English League Challenge. Likewise Dempsey and Park. You got two centre backs that you could use in the Italian League Challenge. Apart from that, you've just got one J League option and one Turkish League option. That's it for league challenges really. But yeah, I've heard people say it's a pretty mid pack and they're not that amazing. But this is a free to play pack. They're giving us a card not for free, you know, literally for free, but they're just for 900 coins, or even if depending on your region for like £1 or £2 in the coin store. This is a pack with cards in that they've made very accessible compared to most legends, and I think it's natural they're not going to be quite on the same legend level as the kind of paid legends we get in the 150 player packs. But I think there's some really fun looking cards in there. I'm happy with Supermock. I'm disappointed I wasn't able to get more because I would love to get that Majed Abdullah guy. Kanu's a fun one on my Japan account. Kakitani could be great for Japan squads and JD squads. A couple more little nippy little strikers there. Can never have too many Denílson cards. Handy Park card, a couple of centre backs Italian squad. The Rizal as well, Blitzcard. There's loads of good cards in there, loads of fun ones. So yeah, like I say, this review is going to go on YouTube as its own video. So when that video is live, I'll spam the link in Discord and so on. So if you can always go drop a comment, just let everyone know what you think of whoever you picked up, and then hopefully we can help people who have not used their selection contract yet to decide who they're going to pick up. So yeah, I think that'll do it for the review. So cheers for everyone in the chat for your feedback on that. I'm not finishing the stream just yet, so don't go away just yet. But for everyone who's watching this on YouTube later, keep an eye in the comments. Do drop a comment, let me know, letting everyone know what you think of whoever you've picked. We'll see what everyone thinks of their choices from the pack. I do think it's a pretty interesting one. I think there's some fun cards in there. Hopefully we'll get more opportunities to sign players like this, and more opportunities to sign some of these players like that Majed guy and Kanu and so on. So yeah, fun pack for me. Maybe not top level in terms of overall ability, but certainly plenty of fun options. And Denílson is not terrible. He's brilliant. Just to remind you of that yet again. So yeah, cheers for watching this. If you're watching it later, hopefully you found this useful. Let me know your thoughts on all these players and so on. Sorry if this has gone on for absolutely ages, but there's a lot of players and there's a lot to say about them. It's going to be even longer than most of my videos, isn't it? And that's saying something. But yeah, appreciate you watching. Hopefully you found it useful. Jump in the Discord if you're not already there. And yeah, take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Bye.